Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've been wanting to do some more videos that are not just me sitting down doing eyeshadow or reviewing some products. So I did the room tour recently and this is going to be my first favorites video. So I do not intend to do a monthly favorites video at all because quite frankly, I don't try enough new things every month to have favorites each and every month. So I figured what I would do would be like a seasonal favorites, quarterly favorites, whatever you want to call it. Not so much that these items have to be specific to the fall season, but at least for these current months right now, these are the items that I have been loving. So I just have a few here in front of me that I want to share with you guys, and then I'll do this again in a couple months. Maybe I'll wait till like January or February, depending on what kind of things I discover in like the December Christmassy time frame. So I decided to kind of break it up into categories. I've got some makeup, I've got some skincare. I even have a couple of like entertainment-y type of things that I figured I would mention to you guys. And yeah, so I figure we'll start with palettes because you guys know I buy a lot of palettes. I love palettes. Palettes are like my favorite. I like palettes way more than single eyeshadows. And I love palettes that have a theme or a really cool aesthetic to them. So I have a couple palettes here that I've just really been loving recently. So I'll show them to you and kind of tell you why. So first up is this one. This is the Unearthly palette from Alien Cosmetics. This is what the palette looks like. This is actually a fairly recent purchase, but it's been one of my favorites as far as the color story goes. And I think it's just because I'm really drawn to orange eyeshadows. Orange is basically my favorite form of like a neutral. If I was gonna do a neutral eye look, I would go for a really pretty orange over a brown look. I mean, I do actually like brown and neutral looks, but I think the orange gives it a really fun pop without being too in your face as far as color goes. And I loved the formula of this palette, and I loved the really beautiful shimmers in here. So this is a good one. And I'll of course have everything linked below that I mentioned in this video. So next up is the Blood Sugar palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. So this is not by any means a new release. It's just fairly new for me. I only recently got it probably 2 or 3 months ago, but I've used it a few times. I just love the tones in here. I love a really pretty kind of pinky red toned eye, and I love the fact that you can kind of darken it up with these colors. I like that you still have this really pretty like neutral block, and it's got some pretty shimmers, and I absolutely love the packaging. This is just gorgeous, and I always keep it right here on my table next to me, so that's definitely a favorite. All right, so moving along in the makeup category, I've got lips. So the first one is this Too Faced liquid lipstick. This is the shade Hot Buttered Rum. So I'll swatch a little swatch on the back of my hand. That is what Hot Buttered Rum looks like. This is my favorite type of nude. It's got like a nice little warmth to it, kind of a subtle terracotta undertone. Really beautiful. I absolutely just love this one. I bought the little set honestly thinking that the pumpkin spice one would be my favorite, but this is actually my favorite. I really love this one a lot. And the next lip item that has been a favorite of mine is the newer Fenty Gloss Bomb. This is the one that's Diamond Milk. I loved the original and I still love it. I constantly am wearing it, especially in videos, but I love this one as far as like when I have a really fun, colorful look on. It's just got such a beautiful shine to it. I just love this gloss. I love her gloss formula, period. It's amazing. And I definitely get a lot of use out of this gloss and the other one. And then speaking of Fenty, I did of course buy the highlighter, How Many Carats. I love this highlighter. It's just like, it's just magical. I don't know. There's just something about this highlighter. It's like sprinkling fairy dust or something on you. And I'm sure you guys have seen this highlighter to death on multiple channels, but it is totally worth the money. I love this highlighter. It's beautiful. All right, so the next thing I want to jump into is nail polish. So you guys saw my little wall of nail polish when I did my room tour video, and I mentioned that I've been trying to do my nails a lot more recently, and I absolutely love the KL polish formula from Kathleen Lights, and they always have such beautiful colors. So I did buy the entire fall collection as well as a couple of the Zodiac ones, but as far as right now, the ones that I've kind of used and really loved and in my opinion are favorites are these two shades right here. So it's Medusa and Cafe Disco. So these shades right here, super beautiful. I love shades like this that have that beautiful kind of shift. I did also buy Capricorn, I believe was the color that was similar to this, but it's a bit more like green and then it has a little shift to it. And I love this color for a nude. It has a little hint of shimmer in there. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's really opaque, so I love that. So I will probably have more KL polish favorites to share with you guys next time I do my favorites video because like I said, I bought a bunch of them and I had a few to begin with, but I'm probably going to be getting into doing my nails more, so I will hopefully have more colors to share with you that are my favorites. Then the last makeup item I wanted to share with you guys is this product from Maybelline. It's their Dream BB Fresh. It's like a tinted moisturizer. I don't know, I still wear moisturizer with it, but it's like a tinted cream, tinted BB cream, I guess. I love this stuff. I don't know when it came out. I assume it probably came out during the summer, or maybe it was even older than that, I don't know. But I only discovered it probably 3 or 4 months ago, and I think I discovered it because I was watching somebody's channel and they mentioned this awesome tinted BB cream. So I'm wearing this right now, and I've actually been wearing it in a lot of my videos recently. I have a ton of foundations and, you know, different types of coverage, but I just always gravitate towards this because I just apply it with a brush, just kind of like packing it in a little bit, and it goes on so smoothly. You could even apply this with your hands if you wanted to, but I kind of prefer the brush. I love this. I mean, it is not by any means full coverage, but it gives me enough coverage, and then I can just dab over problem spots with some concealer. I mean, I'm just not a big fan of foundation to begin with. If I had gorgeous, like smooth, perfect skin, I would just go completely without, but I get like a lot of like redness. I mean, you guys have seen when I go completely bare face. So I like some kind of tinted moisturizer if I can do that, and this kind of is a little amped up version of that. So I absolutely love this, and I've already purchased a second tube because I can feel this one getting low, so this is definitely a favorite. All right, so next jumping into kind of skin and face products. So this is, again, not by any means new, but I haven't shared it with you guys. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Pink Juice. It's a moisturizer. I love this moisturizer. This is my 3rd bottle of it, so this is not necessarily a fall favorite. It's been a favorite for a while, but I just wanted to share this with you guys. I have incredibly dry skin, but I get really, really oily in my T-zone, and so I guess it's like severely combination skin. And this has been one of the best moisturizers I've ever tried that's worked for my skin as far as keeping my skin feeling moisturized but not greasy, and actually taking care of the dry spots. It's very light. It's more of a gel type of moisturizer. So if you have like really dry or kind of combination skin like me and you haven't tried this, I would say go into Sephora, give it a try, or see if they'll give you like a sample of it, because it's definitely been a game changer for me. Of course, everybody's skin is different, so everybody's skin will react differently to products, but I can tell you that this worked amazingly for me. Another skincare item that I've really been loving lately is this Martian Mattifying Melting Water Gel Toner. This is from Sunday Riley. I have a couple of Sunday Riley products that I've purchased. I got like the little gift set with Good Jeans and the Luna Sleeping Oil for Christmas, and I've actually really enjoyed it. I'm still trying to get better about skincare. I know that it's important. I'm just horrible about remembering to do it. So I have that, and I've enjoyed it when I've used it. But I did pick up this not too long ago, and I've actually really enjoyed it. I do feel like it helps minimize kind of how oily that I get during the day. So I'll usually put this on first. Once it soaks in, then I put this on. And then I usually will use like a tinted moisturizer of some sort, or nothing at all, because I don't always care that I go out with any kind of moisturizer on, but that's usually kind of my routine. And I do feel like when I skip this, I do feel like I notice a difference. So I think it's doing something good. Next up, I have a hair care item for you. This is from Way. It's their Memory Mist. So ever since I cut my hair short, I've definitely styled it straight a lot more frequently than I was doing before when it was longer. And this stuff has definitely been awesome. It basically acts as a heat protectant, but it also helps kind of extend the longevity of your blowout. It kind of, you know, it's memory mist. It's supposed to kind of like help when you blow dry it straight. It's supposed to help keep it that way. And I do feel like it does a really good job for me because my hair is naturally kind of wavy curly. So it definitely gets kind of frizzy when I blow dry it straight. It can do its own thing. It kind of has a mind of its own. So I do feel like when I've added this in, it really helps. Usually I'll kind of like let my hair air dry a good bit, and then I'll start going in with the round brush, and then I'll spray this on before the end, mostly on the top layer, and definitely before I do the flat ironing. So I think it really makes a difference. I definitely like it a lot, and I feel like it's really helped my hair, you know, at least with the frizziness when I blow dry it straight. I don't feel like it does anything when I do it curly, so I really don't use it ever for that. So the last item I have to share with you guys is a bath product from my favorite place to buy bath products from, which is Lush. So this is their Ectoplasm Shower Gel. They came out with this for their Halloween line, and they do still have it in stock on their website, so I would assume that means they have them in store as well. First off, I love the look of this. I mean, it is this bright neon yellowish green. It just makes me think of Ghostbusters and just awesomeness. So I love that. This one, the way they describe it is it's tangerine, grapefruit, almond oil. So it's just a very citrusy kind of blend. This one is definitely in your face citrus. You really get the grapefruit scent with this one, so it makes it a great shower gel to use in the mornings. It really just kind of helps wake you up because it's such a like bright, fruity, citrusy kind of scent, and it's, you know, very pleasant. It kind of gives you like a little perk in the morning. So I love this one. If you like citrusy scents, I definitely recommend it. At least go into Lush and smell it and see if you like it. The second I smelled it, I knew I was really gonna like it, so I actually bought the bigger bottle of it instead of just getting a small one because I liked it that much. So, and I'm glad I did because I really like this one. Okay, so those are all the items that I actually had to physically show you. So I wanted to give you a couple of like entertainment-based things that I've been loving recently. So I have 2 TV shows to share with you. First one is The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. I'm sure you guys have heard plenty of people talking about this. There was a lot of hype around it, and in my opinion, it's totally justified. I ended up binge watching the entire season the Saturday after it released. I absolutely loved it. Now, it is nothing like the original Sabrina the Teenage Witch, so don't go into it thinking it is. If you don't know, it's actually based off of the comics that came out, I think it was like 2014. That was part of the Archie comics. It was kind of like a side series, I guess you'd call it. But it is definitely very dark. It's good. I love the storytelling. It's got some humorous moments in it, but it is a darker type of show. So if you're not into that, then you probably won't like it. But if you don't mind something like that, I highly recommend it. It is a great show. The second show that of course I've been loving recently has only just come back, and that's Outlander. I love Outlander. They just started their 4th season, so Sunday was when the first episode aired. But if you've never watched Outlander before, I highly recommend it. They've got 3 full seasons you can watch on Showtime, and then the 4th season is just starting. But I love that series. I love the books, and in turn, I've been really enjoying the show. I think they've done a really good job with it and staying, you know, as true to the books as they can. And I always appreciate it when they kind of keep the author involved, because the author will usually speak up if they're steering way too far off course. So definitely recommend Outlander. So speaking of books that I love that have been turned into TV shows that I end up loving, I do have a book series that I want to recommend to you because I do love a good fantasy book, and that is the All Souls series from Deborah Harkness. If you haven't read it before, I only recently discovered it, so I know it is by no means new, but it is new to me. So I started reading A Discovery of Witches, which is the first book, after I found out that it was being made into a television series. Now, unfortunately, it was a British television series, so it's currently not airing in the US. Though I have been able to watch it just with some craftiness. And I do really enjoy it, even though it's a bit fast-paced. But the books themselves are fantastic. They're so like rich with kind of historical knowledge. Deborah Harkness is a wonderful writer, and there's all these really interesting kind of historical bits that are pulled into it. Plus you've got this really awesome relationship between the 2 main characters, Matthew and Diana. It's just this wonderful romance. I absolutely love it. But it's all like surrounding witches and vampires and demons, and it's a really great read, especially if you like a more fantasy style book. All right, so those are my fall or current favorites. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I just wanted to do something that was a bit more interactive or sharing more things with you other than just showing you an eyeshadow palette. So I enjoyed putting these together to share with you guys, and hopefully you'll leave me some comments below with some of your favorites that you think I would enjoy so I can check those out as well. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.